What's good YouTube? We're back for another video. Now today we're going to be talking all things pre-workout, the good, the bad, the ugly, pretty much everything. I want to take it inside out and explain and give full breakdowns on how to identify good pre-workouts versus bad pre-workouts versus straight up ugly ones. Now you guys know I'm a big lover of pre-workouts, so I'm pretty much the plug for all this, and this video is right up my street. Now agenda for today, we've got upper to do, we have an Amazon parcel to unbox, we have some edits to do for tonight's post, so I'm going to sort of take you through to my day to day, whilst obviously covering pre-workouts and essentially giving you an educational and informative approach to the whole pre-workout supplementation side of your training. So as you can see, we have a big fat old stack of pre-workouts. Now what did I tell you guys? I love my pre-workouts. Now here we have a range of different brands, from Pump Sports to Innovapharm, some old, some new, some have obviously been repainted and redesigned. Apologies for that wobble there. Novapump Neuro, we have some Stims Free, which I will explain. Now obviously I want to run you through how to differentiate between different brands, what to assess as a good pre-workout, what to assess as a bad pre-workout, and essentially just teach you all, because the main thing I'm struggling with is getting you guys to understand the ingredient panel, see that obviously sometimes paying more can be a little bit better in terms of pre-workouts, and avoid your lower tier brands such as like your ABE, Curse and stuff like that, where you generally can be more at risk of wasting your money. You guys are probably wondering what pre-workout does, or why I have so many, and why I will choose and differentiate and choose different ones on different days. Now the reason for that being is each one offers something different. Now starting off with pre-workouts, we have two classifications. We have Stim Free and we have Stim Product. Now the difference between these two is that one essentially includes CNS stimulants such as caffeine, and what these do essentially is they increase alertness, they increase focus. However, they keep you awake because you're so alerted and high focus. Generally your blood heart rate will go up, it will tend to keep you awake. So taking these sort of pre-bed is not going to be the best option. Whereas when we eradicate the stims and when we take the caffeine out, we can then focus on a product that gives more of a pump, more of a focus basis without the stimulants. So then we have stim-free products such as Innovapharm, Novapump Neuro. Now there was initial Novapump, but they changed the formula, adding some new ingredients, hence the term Neuro, and it's a far better product. Now when you are paying, just that little bit more for pre-workouts, you can really get a lot more for your money. For example, Innovapharm is a good enough product that contends with some stim products, that's how good it is, but you are still able to sleep at night. So for those that work office jobs, late jobs, that are still wanting to focus but not wanting to crash the stimulants and so much focus and come down, or that can be at risk, a stim-free product would be the best recommendation for you. Now obviously in terms of panels, now it's always good to read the panels, because each panel will dictate how good of a pre-workout is, what it is, and make sure that you're actually reading the dosages as well. The reason why I will always speak so lowly of stuff like the Curse, ABE, what's that other one as well, Warrior Project, is because when we actually read the dosages there, if I can just focus in, which you probably won't, never mind, you can see that sometimes that it will say a 10 gram serving, but then the ingredients only add up to 5 grams. So then you're left thinking, where's the other 5 grams of ingredients? Whereas when you pay just that little bit more and look for a higher tier product with a better offering panel, because it's not just about the money, we were able to see a far better panel basis. We were able to see that these ingredients prove a better focus, of energy, of pumps, of less come down, as opposed to buying a cheap product that is essentially designed to bring you up with shitloads of caffeine and poorly regulated stims, and essentially drop you right back down. So this one here is Alpha Lion Superhuman. Now again, reformulated panel, special edition supreme version. Now this was one of my favourites. I got this in Lincoln's Limeade. We have a couple scoops in, but you will notice it's generally split into different sections. So here we have the energy and focus matrix. This is containing mainly of your stims such as caffeine and hydrous. Now in other pre-workouts you will as well get ingredients such as dynamine, for example. You find that in Reignite. Now dynamine is essentially very similar to caffeine and hydrous, but essentially it has half-life. Now each stimulant has a half-life. A stimulant's half-life is how long it'll stay in your system. Now caffeine is around 6 to 8 hours, which means if you take it at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m, that will still be in your system a lot of the time later. So although you take it at 6 and get to bed around 10, 11, just because you've had the pre-workout doesn't mean it's out of your bloodstream. It's still very much so in your bloodstream. Whereas dynamine, same effects, similar in terms of stims, but it's got half of the half-life. So whereas caffeine anhydrous is 6 to 8 hours, Dynamine is especially good because it is around 4 to 6 hours. So again, for those wanting that still lacking on focus and wanting that caffeine, they're still able to take a product, still have the focus and the buzz, but with half of the half-life. So I still wouldn't recommend it, but again, this is completely individual. I can take a pre-workout and still sleep fine at night, depending on what I train. A lot of it can be a placebo to me. Sometimes I've took it and been out like light, other times I've been up till 4 in the morning, and I've heard the same story from other people too, so it does vary. We then, going back to the Superhuman, we have the Pump Matrix. Now the Pump Matrix is very good because you don't just want a pre-workout that's essentially just going to overload your like CNS system. We want something that's going to give us a good pump, that makes us feel good, that makes us train harder. So then we'll start having ingredients such as citrulline mallate, L-taurine, for example. L-citrulline mallate is dosed at 7,000 meg here, which is very good dosage. This for me gave insane pumps, but it was mainly the focus that hit me a lot. That's why it's a standout product. And then we go into sort of the strength matrix, and you have anti-crash matrices as well. So the panel here is very, very good. But it's not all about Alphaline. We have a range of pre-workouts. So different brands. I found that just because a brand is good, I want to keep this video as real as possible. Just because a brand is good, it doesn't mean that all its products are good. For example, Strom Sports. Strom Sports, I haven't tried their whey protein, but I know they are held in high regards, and I've tried their stim products. This is my first time trying their stim free products. So we're going to review this today, and I'll give you a breakdown of how it felt, how I felt on the session, and we're also going to mix that with a stim product. Reason for that being is because I am not, in a dieting phase, I'm not looking to preserve energy and be reliant on these products, and I just want a good session. So this here is a stim free, this is why it's called Vascumax. We're focusing on a lot of pumps, a lot of getting a lot of blood flow into the muscle, and then from there allowing the cells to have a good session. And then we're also going to go for, which one are we going to go for? Stim Bomb. So I'll just get that right here. This is Stim Bomb from Swift Sports. Now this is a newly dropped pre-workout. It also allows us to create a good product from this. Now it comes in different flavours. We've got Sweet Tooth, we have, what's it called, I think it's like Blue Ice or something like that, which is absolutely crazy flavours. So again, we're going to review these two today. Now again, here we have a stim free. So a similar effect to the Foresight and the Alphaline and the Nova Pump, but we're just going with different brands. Different brands again mean different dosages. So here, for example, in the Stim Bomb, so many stims, everything's just stim this, stim that, stim free. It gets confusing. Now here we have Dynamine again, that is dosed at 150 meg. So again, Dynamine with the half-life of caffeine, so that's very good. We have Infinergy. We have still caffeine anhydrous dosed at 250 meg. And when it comes to caffeine, your dosage will affect how well it hits you, so to say. Caffeine for me, I like it as high as 350, but no less than 200. So around that is quite good for me. Now obviously this one here is good, I'm happy with 250. So 250 should be good alongside the Dynamine, and obviously the pump ingredients. We have Alpha GPC, we have beta-alanine. Now beta-alanine is basically an ingredient that buffers lactic acid and increases focus, increases strength, because it allows us to keep pushing through. Not the pain barrier, but you see where I'm going, it buffers the lactic acid coming through to our body. So this should be a very good product. I've heard lots of things. Now just as a bit of a plug, all of these pre-workouts that you see here, you can get from Inside. So I'm hoping that I'll leave the link below, and then you guys are able to see these products that I have. I have around, there's a good couple here, but different brands. Top recommendations so far would definitely have to be Superhuman and the MVP. But for now guys, I'm going to go get ready for the gym, and I will let you know my review of the chosen pre-workouts.
time is 12:10. Upper body done, very good session. Now we didn't film the entire of the session, we finished off with some chest isolations, one press, and that was it actually. Yeah, so obviously we saw shoulders, we took 8 kg for 6, so I was very happy with that set. We had one spot from Aaron. Barbell press compounds are definitely a staple in mine, but you'll notice I do the isolations first. I have a post on this on my Instagram which explaining why I do that. Rest of the session was very good. Now pre-workout wise, we had the Stim Bomb and the Vascumax. As said, it's still in my system now, so now we're in that sort of stage. It's almost like the nootropic element where we're super productive. So we're going to get this done, edit the video, and it'll be done. Online client check-ins, everything is just going to fly by now. So very good pre-workout, highly recommend it. If this was a bad pre-workout by now, I'd be really druggy, sort of like grouchy sort of thing, and I'd want to sleep or I'd feel sick. But other than that, it was a very good pre-workout. No crash, no nothing. Pumps was ace. Flavour on the Vascumax wasn't the best, but panel wise it delivered anyway, so it outdid the bad flavour. Stim Bomb flavour was ace. I tried both from separate. Usually I'm going to mix them both, but I wanted to try the flavours, and I was very happy with both products, so that is one that I'll be definitely trying. So yeah, we've got another delivery in from Insight Utopia. Now this is a nootropic based supplement, which is essentially like, it still has the caffeine in, but it's more of a brain fuel sort of thing. It's more of a focus based nootropic. So this I would implement with sort of like client check-in. So like now I would take it, say if I hadn't had any stims prior to this moment, I would then use a Utopia or a nootropic supplement. Now I'm going to do a separate video on nootropics explaining what they are, like again panel breakdowns and stuff like that. But I mean, other than that guys, so that was pre-workout video done. So I hope you learned some stuff, hope you enjoyed watching the session. I'll see you guys for the next video, which should be out this week or early next week. Thank you.